cholesterol. If I had to have 3 supplements a day, what would those 3 supplements be?
Fantastic question. I venture to guess we might have some similarities, but some differences. You want to start?
First thing is a multivitamin that has a good mineral complex in it. Second thing, an essential fatty acid blend. And then the third could be a lot of different things. Depending on if you need extra vitamin D, that might be a good choice, or if you need extra magnesium or extra zinc or maybe extra antioxidants, you really could take your pick from any of those. But the 2 most important, the multivitamin mineral and the essential fatty acid blend. Should have fish oil, flax oil, borage oil, probably a combination of that, omega-3s and omega-6 blend.
I'll go with the first 2. I'll go with the first 2 being a quality, good multi, not one you just buy on the shelf somewhere because it's often a synthetic, chemically made one, not one that's just, okay, so there's all that. I'll say the same thing about the essential oils that we need because we're often having bad food and we have to kind of counteract that, if you will. Doesn't really do the job, but it's better than not having them at all. And then the third one, I'll say an incredibly good antioxidant because we know that a real good antioxidant has anti-inflammatory benefits just like the essential oils do, the omega-3s. Mm-hmm. So it complements it that much more. Dr. Light.
I agree totally. The third one, I think the first 2 are a given, and I think the third should be an antioxidant.
Tina, being a mom, what would you say for what you've done, what you do for yourself? What about for your kids?
For the kids' supplements?
Yeah.
Well, I
You don't give them gummy bear multis, do you?
No. I think, I actually use, well, I don't know if I can say it. I give my kid Juice Plus.
Juice Plus?
It's got high antioxidants, and
okay.
I think the antioxidants are huge. I mean, just when he said that third option, I thought antioxidants was
because you do see today the big marketing thing is like gummy bear multivitamins. Have we seen them?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a waste of money. Would everybody agree?
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you can say it louder so people hear you.
Flintstones.
I'm not giving you pressure. Flintstones, same thing, Tina.
Yeah, those are really bad because they've got dyes. A lot of them have aspartame in them, which is a neurotoxin.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to stay away from those sweet, chewable vitamins.
Okay. All About You show today, 214-787-1310 or 877-528-1310. Let's go to Brad and Alan. You are on the ticket, Brad.
Hey, George, thanks for taking my call. I haven't heard you speak about creatine and your thoughts on whether or not you think it works. Is it good or bad for you?
Well, so before you go, Brad, what's your goal? I'll answer that, but tell me, do you have a specific goal?
Well, I think the goal would be to build strength and lean muscle mass.
How old are you?
36.
How do you sleep at night?
I take Lunesta, so I sleep okay.
That's probably not a good idea. So we would like to address 2 topics, if you don't mind. Webster's going to hit you with that Lunesta.
Yeah, anytime you take a sleep med or a drug or alcohol, you don't go through your proper sleep cycles. You're supposed to go through stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to REM sleep and cycle through those basically 5 stages of sleep. A drug will knock out either stage 4, which is your deep sleep, or your REM sleep, which is where you get the brain stimulation. So you're not truly sleeping when you have to take a drug type of sleep aid. There's a lot of other things we can do, Brad. We can, there's multiple different ways we can approach this, but there are natural remedies we can use to help you go through all 5 of those stages of sleep and get proper sleep. You'll wake up rested, and you won't need the Lunesta any longer. Now, do you want to address the creatine?
Yeah, the creatine. What we do know about creatine is it's not dangerous. It can be dangerous if you don't stay hydrated. Often people think, especially with the warmer weather coming, that if I drink enough water, I'll be hydrated. Myth, false, not true. It just happens to be a liquid. It's better than not having anything at all because you'll die sooner. We need to replace the minerals that we're losing when we sweat. So when I say stay hydrated, I don't mean having one of those aid drinks either, because of all of the sugar. If you wish to have one, you can cut it, take about half of it out, maybe 3/4 of it out, put water in there, and then I would also add one of 2 things. One of my new favorite things now is Redmond clay. It's clay, it's volcanic clay, it's literally clay from the ground. It's got 50 essential minerals in it. And I don't know, Dr. Webster, how many minerals do we know that sea salt, real sea salt, has in it?
About 90.
It's about 90?
Yeah.
So
it's fine. It can't be white though. If it's white, they've stripped about 80 to 90% of the extra minerals out of it.
Right. It's got to be gray or pink.
Gray or pink or red. The Hawaiian is actually red. There's so much iron in it.
Yeah.
So when you get good sea salt, it's about 70% sodium chloride. So it's 30% other minerals.
Right.
When they refine it, they still call it sea salt, yet it's pure white. They've refined it to the point where there's only 2% other minerals.
And the reason I like the clay is because if you have a hangover, if you don't feel like drinking water with a teaspoon of sea salt in it because it doesn't taste good, which I would understand, and you didn't get a chance to use it on salad or vegetables throughout the day, you take this clay, it's really kind of inert taste. There's nothing to it. You take a teaspoon of this clay, you put it in water, you mix it up, and you just drink it. And it's got all the minerals in it, and you have it on an empty stomach before you go to bed. It's fantastic. So anyway, it's the All About You show. We've got some calls coming in. We want to be here for you. We've got a medical doctor, a chiropractor, nutritionist, a personal trainer. Call us with your questions, your comments, ideas for future shows, anything that's good for you. Creatine I've not commented on. I will when we come back. 214-787-1310 or 877-528-1310. 725 Sports 33 Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket. George DeJohn, Train Station Fitness Show. It's the All About You show. This is where we don't really have a topic. We're just talking out loud. And if there's something you want to address in your fitness, your nutrition, give us a call. 214-787-1310. Pound 1310 on your cell or outside the listening area. 877-528-1310. We've got a medical doctor, Dr. Kevin Light. Give him a call here if you have any questions that you'd like to address with a doctor who actually knows about nutrition and fitness and is a medical doctor who doesn't think with the narrow-minded ways he was taught many years ago from a traditional sense. We've got chiropractor Dr. Jeremy Webster in the studio, nutritionist, fantastic in his knowledge, and I only deal with the best of the best, and Tina Burnett, the trainers in the studio as well. With all that said, sorry I'm talking so fast, we've got a lot to get in. Creatine was not addressed. I like creatine if you're looking for strength. Some people say, George, creatine makes me bloated. It's intracellular muscular water. It's intramuscular cellular water. Sorry, dyslexia. Intracellular muscular water. You're not holding water weight on the outside where you look like you're bloated, but you are bigger all over the place because of that. What does that do? It actually helps to give you strength. So when you're in the gym and you're moving more weight, it's because of that intramuscular cellular water that you're holding on to from the creatine. This is a good thing. If you're looking for strength, great. Now, if you want to lean up, I don't know that I'd recommend it because of that puffiness, but it's not puffiness where you're holding on to all this water weight that's just under the skin. Creatine, believe it or not, I learned this from PhD Dr. Conrad Ernest, who used to work for the Cooper Center, now he's in Louisiana, said that there's great studies with creatine and cancer being done over in Europe. We probably won't see that here because we're just stupid here. What'd you say about the government during the break, Webster?
I didn't say anything. I don't want him knocking on my door. Yeah, creatine is one of the key components of energy production, so that's why it's probably going to be good for cancer. Anything that helps you make energy is going to make everything work better in your body. There's some other studies, actually the studies are already in. The NFL and I'm not sure if the NHL does it, but all of the NFL players take creatine because it will prevent brain damage during concussion type of the head trauma. Just because you're able to make energy in your brain cells more efficiently, so they won't be destroyed when you have those concussive effects.
There's a question that I get asked often, and especially during this time of year. George, what can I do for my abs? I'm eating well. I'm doing crunches all of the time. And with Tina Burnett being in the studio, I wanted really to address this. This is so important, especially since I put all these radio shows on YouTube now. You can see past shows. Go to 21 Day Body Makeover in YouTube. Just put it all together, 21 Day Body Makeover. I do not, and any trainer who knows what they're talking about is worth their weight in salt, knows that you do not perform crunches to get a better looking abdominal region. If you do that, you're not doing the right thing. Fire your trainer, go somewhere else, someone who does know what they're talking about. Tina, jump in here about crunches, and then I want you to get on the desk in your stripper outfit.
Stop.
And show people what's wrong with crunches and what we can do better. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the thing you know about your rectus abdominis is the muscles in your abdominal region are stabilizing muscles. Their goal is their function is to serve as stabilizers, which means they keep you in alignment and hold you there. The problem with crunches is that you're making that muscle a primary mover muscle. So you're moving in such a way that the muscle is contracting as if it was a primary mover when it's actually meant to be a stabilizer. So you want to train it as a stabilizer. So the goal would be to do exercises that use it in that way, which is what I'm about to do.
So go ahead and get on the desk, get on the table, get on your back, woman. Dr. Webster, do me a favor. Would you move that, make sure that screen is not in the way, please? that it could be that she could be seen from the video.
My
And move that microphone too,
My
please.
trainer never gets on the table.
Your trainer never gets on the tables because you have a wife.
Okay, which way am I going here?
You go